Welcome to Fan for Racing Radio. I'm Fan for Racing Sharon, and joining me today is Jay Huseman, and we are here for the Portland review for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We're back to the west side of the country.
Yeah, jumping back and forth with the Xfinity Series. I think one of those situations, I think it's great that they are out there. They're paired with the ARCA Menard Series West. So it works out real well as far as that. And again, it's kind of reflected with the entry list here for the Xfinity Series. There's 37 drivers or teams, so nobody will miss the race. But we have some interesting names on the entry list. Some notables, the 07 is going to be Alex LeBay. Then you'll have Will Brown in the number 11, Garrett Smithley in the number 14. The number 19 is going to be Jack Perkins. The number 24, watch out for this one, Alon Day. Joey Hand back in the driver's seat in the number 28. Austin Green in the number 32. The number 35 and 53 both have the TBA, to be announced yet. The number 45 will be Vicente Salas. The number 70 is Thomas Annunziato, another one you really want to keep your eye on, I think. And then the number 91 of DGM is going to be Josh Williams.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series will race that Pacific Office Automation 147 at Portland International Raceway. Again, it's a 1.967 mile asphalt road course, and that race will be Saturday, August the 30th, starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be on their home network, the CW network, starting at 7 p.m. for pre-race coverage, as well as radio coverage on MRN and SiriusXM NASCAR Channel 90. They will race a distance of 147.75 miles over 75 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 25. Stage 2, also 25 laps, will end on lap 50. And the final stage is also 25 laps, ending on lap 75. Now, as far as where you can watch this weekend, the NASCAR Xfinity Series practice and Kennametal Pole qualifying will be available on the CW app starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and then the races we mentioned earlier on the CW network at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So what do we have here in the Xfinity Series, Jay?
Well, this weekend marks the fourth running of a NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Portland International Raceway. The inaugural race was in 2022.
All right. And Connor Zilisch won his series-leading seventh race of the season at Daytona last week after relief driver Parker Kligerman got the car on lap 13. The first time a relief driver has won since 2007 when Eric Almirola won for Denny Hamlin.
And again, Zilisch does get credit for it as he did start the race, so that's how that rule works. Now, Connor Zilisch, 7 wins this season, tied Christopher Bell for the most by a rookie all time in the series. Like, we didn't see this happening, history in the making.
He's also won 5 of the last 6 races this season, which is pretty astounding.
Even further taking that, Connor Zilisch, 12 straight top 5s since returning from a back injury, is the third longest top 5 streak all time. Zilisch is the youngest driver with more than 5 straight top 5s.
Amazing. Also, Connor Zilisch has won 30% of his starts, the best all time among drivers with more than 3 starts. 30% of his starts, that's in his rookie season. Amazing. I can't have enough adjectives here.
You're right. And sadly enough, this would be a really great streak if it weren't compared to Connor Zilisch, but Sam Mayer has been really strong here lately. He's finished top 5 in the last 4 races, and that is his longest ever top 5 streak over 5 races.
Now, Justin Allgaier, Connor Zilisch, and Sam Mayer are separated by a mere 26 points in the Xfinity Series regular season standings. Allgaier leads the standings by just 3 points. Those are your big 3, I think, going into these playoffs.
I think so, especially right now. As mentioned, Sam Mayer coming on really strong as of late. He kind of went through a summer slump, if you will. But this is the right time because there's only 2 races left here in the 2025 Xfinity Series regular season. That's here at Portland this weekend, and then St. Louis Worldwide Technology Raceway.
So 2 races, but there are 4 playoff spots that remain open for drivers to get in on wins. Right now, those spots are held by drivers on points. We'll see what happens in these next 2 races.
And one of those is Carson Kavopoulos. He is the highest in standings without a win.
Carson Kavopoulos, Sheldon Creed, and Taylor Gray could clinch playoff spots on points if they leave Portland 57 points ahead of the 12th place driver in the playoff standings.
And Sharon and I will go over more on this when we do the points. I'll do the regular season points, and then she's going to take a look at what the playoff points are going to be. And Daytona was big because Harrison Burton gained 6 points to that playoff cut line with a 16th place finish at Daytona, and now sits plus 36. And that's the largest bubble gap of the season.
Wow. Jeb Burton, his cousin, on the other hand, lost 6 points to the playoff cut line at Darlington, and he now sits negative 36. So Jeb, Jeb is going to be trying to win one of these next 2 events.
Most certainly. One of the other things we've looked at, talk about Connor Zilic and it's Junior Motorsports, because they've had at least 1 car finish inside the top 5 in a record 26 straight races.
And Junior Motorsports has won 14 races on the season with a series record of 6 different drivers. All 6 drivers won in the last 15 races, and that does not include Parker Kligerman, who won in a relief role at Daytona. So Parker actually represents the 7th different driver, but because he was a relief driver, it doesn't count.
Yeah, that's one of those, if you're a true fan, you're going to know it. But yeah, per the record books, it's not going to show Parker Kligerman, unfortunately. Now, Junior Motorsports has won 9 of the last 11 races this season, and that's been done again with 4 different drivers, 5th if you were to count Kligerman.
And Portland is the 6th of 7 road courses on their schedule this season. So 1 more road course after this.
Well, and when we're talking about road courses, Connor Zilic has won 4 of the last 7. It's above 50% when we're talking about road courses.
And he's got an astounding win percentage of 67%. And that's a 1.83 average finish on road courses. And both of those stats are the best all time. So astounding.
And to add to that, he's won 4 of the last 7 poles on the road courses, which then he won 3 of those races. So again, he starts up front, he runs up front, and he finishes up front.
Now, 4 active drivers have won on road courses. Connor Zilic has those 4 wins that we talked about. Sam Mayer also has 4 wins. Justin Allgaier has 3 victories, while Jeremy Clements comes in with 1.
Now we got to go back to Junior Motorsports when we're talking about the road courses. They've won all 5 road courses this season, and it's been with 3 different drivers, but they've also won all 5 poles in 2025 when it comes to these left and right turn courses.
And Junior Motorsports won the last 7 road course races dating back to last year. The longest ever streak at road course races won by a team. Junior Motorsports is having a banner year as well.
They certainly
already evident.
Yeah, they certainly have, and I didn't realize it stretched into last year, so that was good to know. And obviously, they're a Chevrolet. Their manufacturer, the Chevrolet, has won the last 13 straight road courses, and that's the longest streak of road course races won by a manufacturer.
No past Portland Xfinity Series winner is going to be in the race this weekend. So AJ Allmendinger, Cole Custer, and Shane Van Gisbergen, they're not going to be in the race this weekend. So we've got a chance for a new, different winner.
We will indeed. And one of them could be Justin Allgaier. He is the only driver to finish inside of the top 10 in all 3 Portland races.
The pass for the win occurred on a restart in the final 4 laps in all 3. Portland races. So I guess we could expect that to happen this weekend as well.
Well, and I said Justin Allgaier could be the one to be that new winner. He was the one passed for the win in each of the last 2 Portland races. So we know he can be. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You're right. Ouch. Obviously going to be in there. But again, see if it's with Connor Zilisch.
Now, 2024 Supercar champion Will Brown is going to make the Xfinity Series debut. He'll be driving the Colleague Racing number 11. He has 2 Cup starts, so we'll get to see him in the Xfinity Series this weekend.
And we have another veteran from the Supercars, and that's that Jack Perkins. He's making his second career start in Joe Gibbs Racing number 19. Unfortunately, he finished 32nd in his debut. That came at Chicago in the street course in July.
Also, Jay mentioned this earlier, that Rolex 24 at Daytona winner Joey Hand is making his Xfinity Series debut in the RSS Racing number 28 this weekend.
All right. We talked about this, and again, just to lay it out there, Connor Zilisch, he leads the series with wins at 7, 13 top 5s, a 9.1 average finish, along with those 5 poles. Man, you can't get more dominant than that, can you?
Not much. Okay, Justin Allgaier leads the series, though, with 695 laps led this season. So Justin is going to hold on to that one.
And it does show, though, the competition, because it's Jesse Love that leads this series with 16 top 10s on the season. So there is some competition there with him.
Now, Justin Allgaier has won that fastest lap award 5 times this season. No other driver has more than 2 fastest lap awards, so he's dominating in that regard.
And going beyond the season, Justin Allgaier's 28 career wins is 9th on the all-time wins list. He is just 1 away from tying Matt Kenseth, if you can believe that.
I think it's still going to happen yet this year. Now, Chevrolet has led 2,868 of 3,763 laps this season. That's 76% of the laps led by Chevrolet.
And they've dominated in the wins column as well, as they've won 21 or 24 races. That's the most all-time by a manufacturer through 24 races in the series history.
On the other side of that, Toyota is winless in the last 16 races. That's their longest winless streak since the first NASCAR Xfinity Series win that came back in 2007.
And we talked about this as it was approaching the mark, and they have now surpassed it. Junior Motorsports passed Richard Childress Racing at Daytona with the 102nd career win. Both teams reached the 100 mark this year, but Junior Motorsports has just continued to build upon it.
Okay, now there are 5 crew chiefs that got their first Xfinity Series win this season. That includes Chad Haney at Atlanta, Sam McAuley at Darlington, Adam Wall at Bristol, Corey Shea at Mexico City, and none other than Dale Earnhardt Jr. at Pocono.
Well, we talked about this on the preview show, kind of expected, but Daytona snapped a streak of 10 straight races without an overtime finish. That was the longest streak without an overtime since October of 2020. Daytona, we kind of expected that.
Yes, indeed. Now, 5 races this year have ended with a last lap pass. Can we make it one more?
Portland, yeah, and it sounds like it by what we've seen in the stats. It seems like it could be. And some good news for next year. We knew Xfinity Series was completing their title sponsor run. Next year, it'll be O'Reilly Auto Parts, and they'll become the 5th different title sponsor in series history.
Okay, now the Xfinity Series is going to have a pit stop, a different kind of pit stop procedure at Portland. The field will be frozen at the time of caution, and all cautions will be quickie yellows. Fuel may only be added during stage breaks. Tires may be changed at any time, and stage breaks will consist of a 3-minute break. 3 minutes will start after the last vehicle stopped in their pit stall. No crew members on pit road until all cars are stopped. So you cannot change tires and fuel at the same time. Tires must be changed first, Then fuel may be added. If tires are changed on green flag pit stops, must not complete stop faster than the minimum time allotted from the yellow line to yellow line, which is 63 seconds. If tires are clearly flat entering pit road, they may be changed without being subject to minimum time. So those are going to be a little bit different this weekend. That sometimes happens when you have Cup Series and Xfinity Series racing at different tracks, because a lot of these pit crews handle both series. So that obviously is a little harder to happen when they're in two different facilities.
All right. Now, after Daytona International Speedway racing, we got some clinch scenarios with only 2 races remaining. We have 8 drivers that have clinched their spot into the 12-driver postseason field. Justin Allgaier, Connor Zilisch, Sam Mayer, Jesse Love, Austin Hill, Brandon Jones, Sammy Smith, and Nick Sanchez. To clinch via points, if there's a repeat winner by a driver who cannot advance in the playoffs, drivers would clinch by being 57 points above the 4th winless driver in the standings. The same point requirements listed would hold true if the new win comes from among Carson Cavapel, Sheldon Creed, or Taylor Gray. Carson Cavapel would need 29 points in that category. Sheldon Creed and Taylor Gray would need some additional help. Now, if the new winner comes from Harrison Burton or another winless driver lower in the standings but eligible to advance in the playoffs, the drivers would need 57 points above the 3rd winless driver in the standings. And there, Carson Cavapel would need almost the max of 56 points. Sheldon Creed would need some help, and those are the only 2 that would fall into that category. Now, drivers that can clinch on their win alone would be Cavapel, Creed, Gray, Harrison Burton, and Jeb Burton, Ryan Sieg, Dean Thompson, Christian Eckes, Brendan Poole, Daniel Dye, William Swalich, Jeremy Clements, Matt DiBenedetto, Anthony Alfredo, Parker Retzlaff, Blaine Perkins, Kyle Sieg, and Ryan Ellis. And they've made all the races, which is the requirement there. Additionally, the regular season championship could be clinched by Justin Allgaier, but he needs some help. Again, we mentioned it's a 3-point battle. He would absolutely have to max out points. Connor Zilisch get none. I don't even see that as a scenario, but mathematically, and again, it is requiring help. Again, you mentioned it earlier. It's 26 points among the top 3, so that is pretty much still wide open and yet to be determined.
Exactly. So it is going to be interesting. It is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Again, this is a road course event. They've got different pit stop procedures in place. So this could be a little coinky dink for these drivers to kind of make the adjustment to some of the changes with this particular race.
Yeah, but that's where it's important, the fact of the pressure's on, and this is where they do need to step up for sure. And again, I'll go ahead and do the regular season points rundown, and then Sharon's going to cover the playoff side of it. Mentioned it's a 3-point battle. Allgaier ahead of Zilisch, Sam Mayer at minus 26. The rest of these positions are still important because, again, the top 10 get some bonus points at the end of the regular season, and that can affect it. We saw that on the Cup Series with Kyle Larson and Ryan Blaney. But here, Jesse Love, pretty much I'd say locked into 4th as he's at 773, Austin Hill at 716. Then you go back to Carson Cavapel at 687. That one, over 2 races, we're talking 29 points. Yeah, it could be done. But behind Carson Cavapel, 3 back is Brandon Jones. That one could easily be shifted up. Sheldon Creed is 33 points back from there. There again, that'd be tough, especially over just 2 races remaining. But between Sheldon Creed and 9th place Sammy Smith, only 3 points. Then it's only 12 points back to rookie Taylor Gray, 14 points back. Then you got a gap, Taylor Gray to Harrison Burton in 11th. That is, again, a 31-point gap, and that's a lot. From Harrison Burton, I'm going to skip over Nick Sanchez in 12th because he's got to win, so he's locked in. 11th place Harrison Burton down to Jeb Burton, we mentioned is, 39 points. I think. Let me
36.
36. There we go. Okay, yep, 36 points. Again, that's a huge gap over 2 races. You need to get a good chunk of it in both. Both have been running really well. Ryan Sieg is another 20 points behind Jeb Burton. Again, not mathematically impossible, but you're talking pretty much must-win situation. And I wanted to highlight Ryan Sieg. I know we talked about Jeb Burton. He lost points at Daytona. Ryan Sieg got wrecked out running, I want to say second, if I'm not mistaken. I know it was top 5. He was up there in contention, got knocked out, and pretty much put him into this must-win situation over these final 2 races.
All right. Now, what I'm going to share with you is the reseeding of the points according to the playoff standings. Connor Zilisch, with his 7 wins, is right at the top. He's got the 7 wins and 36 playoff points, followed by Justin Allgaier in second place with 3 wins and 24 playoffs points. Right now, he's the regular season championship leader, but by just 3 points. So this one's going to go down to the wire, I think, Jay.
Well, and it's really interesting. We've talked about Connor Zilich's dominance on road course, but yet we mentioned Justin Allgaier having gotten passed for the win in the last 2 races. We know he should be competitive. The other factor, though, Connor Zilich still recovering from the collarbone.
Yes.
Got a plate in. We'll see how that affects him driving on a road course.
He may have a relief driver again this weekend. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, now in third place, we mentioned the big 3, is Sam Mayer. He has the 1 win and 8 playoff points. Behind him in fourth is Brandon Jones, Sammy Smith, Jesse Love, Nick Sanchez. They all have 1 win. And Jesse Love has 6 playoff points, and Nick Sanchez has 5. The other 3 drivers, Mayer, Jones, and Smith, all have 8 playoff points. Now, Austin Hill, who has 3 wins, normally he would be up there next to Justin Allgaier, but he got a penalty. NASCAR took away all of his playoff points. He cannot gain any playoff points for these remaining races before the playoffs begin. So that places him in 8th place right now. Now, if we get a new winner at Portland this weekend, that's going to push him down to 9th place. So something to keep your eye on there. Right now in 9th place is Carson Cavapel. He is 120 points to the good. These drivers that I'm going to list next are drivers that do not yet have a win. They are in on points. Sheldon Creed is 84 points to the good. Taylor Gray, 67 points to the good. So they seem pretty safe at this particular point. But Harrison Burton in 12th place is only 36 points to the good. He needs a win to really make him secure in these playoffs. Below that elimination line, you have Jeb Burton in 13th. He's down 36 points. Ryan Sieg down 56 points. Dean Thompson in 15th is down 72 points. And then Christian Eckes in 16th place is down 80 points. So he's down more than a race. So he's going to be looking to try to get that win this weekend as well. So a little bit different picture when you look at it from the playoff point of view, Jay.
It is. I really expect Carson Cavapel, regardless, again, unless a really bad race, should be in good position to lock in points. Sheldon Creed, on the other hand, it needs to actually have a decent finish to secure that and stay at 63 or more above to fully lock himself in. But again, even so, should be in a reasonable position going into Worldwide Technology Raceway. From there on down, it is kind of an open game. And I see several of these that we know can be good on road courses. I think of Sheldon Creed, Taylor Gray, but they've had that up and down season. They need to be on the upward peak right now, without a doubt.
Absolutely. And that can be said for just about everybody. They need to be looking for those victories, especially if they don't already have one. Even the ones that have a victory will want to improve their point standings if they can get a second point victory, and that'll improve their seeding going into the playoffs. Do watch for more coming soon. 5 races this weekend over the Labor Day weekend. We'll be previewing all 5 races. They'll be out on Thursday and Friday this week, so watch for those. And then also, I'm hoping that we'll be able to do the fantasy report. I still have to talk to Taz on that, so that is pending at this point, as is our Hot Topic Sound Off for Monday night. I'm hoping we can do the reviews. I'll probably be doing those myself on Monday, but then the Hot Topics is pending right now for Tuesday night. So stay tuned, and we'll make sure everybody's available before we go into that. And then, of course, we started all over again with the next week's weekend of racing. But before we go, we want to make sure we do thank everybody for tuning in. We do appreciate each and every one of you. So we do appreciate every time you tune in. So thank you for that. And Jay, with that, it's time for us to say goodbye till the next video.
All right. We'll see you soon.